Hello students, wishing you a very warm welcome from sitting here in Dubai. My name is Gautam Bhattacharya. I am the Senior Associate Editor with Gulf News. As you are aware that the IPL 2020 have kicked off here. The two matches have been played. Today is the day of the third match when I am talking. So definitely over the last few months, you must have seen that how the perception of coverage of live sports in this new normal has changed ever since the European club football resumed sometime in June. Now from June to September, in these 4 5 months, what we have seen that sport is gradually emerging as a kind of a it is the birth of the TV sport, which we can say. We always knew, we had no illusion about the power the TV wields, because that brings in the maximum amount of revenue for whether it is football, say the Premier League. I mean, one of the reasons why they pushed for a resumption and to complete the season was because of they would have missed out on the TV revenue and would have incurred a huge loss there. Now, the same logic applies for the Indian Premier League also. I mean, there have been arguments back and forth that did we really have to do the IPL at times where the country is passing through a raging pandemic. But it is once again the market forces, once again the huge amount of revenue that Star Sports are guaranteed to give IPL every year as per their contract, which has kind of forced the Board of Control for Cricket in India to shift the event to the UAE. Now, how all these are going to change the dynamics of sports journalism? Yes, the thing is, as we know that we may be regretting, I mean, like people who are coming into the profession later, like you all in the next generation, you will be regretting that will it mean end to the pleasure of, working hard to get an interview with a top cricketer or a footballer, and, and also sitting in the ground. I mean, sitting in the ground always makes a lot of difference, because when you're watching on the television, I mean, be it in football or cricket, you are at one point of time, the camera is offering you a certain cross section of the ground. They are not offering you the full ground. I mean, this is so crucial in football, where you can gauge about in what formation a particular team is playing, who's doing something without the ball. So in cricket, it may not be that much, but definitely you're going to miss out on that. And we will have to do with this for some time to come. I mean, there is honestly, I mean, it will be naive to think that this this absence of live coverage or remote control coverage as we are doing now, that is going to end with the year. No, we have to be ready to to watch the television, go for and we have to devise certain new kind of coverages. How we can do that? Like we have seen, like working in Gulf News, we have seen that we used to have this perception that if we do a live coverage or if we do a live commentary on our website or on the paper, if we do a comment, an original comment by myself, whether people will read it or whether we will need big names to sell that. But we have seen from our experience that across all disciplines, we have done comments where we have taken a stance, and that has done very well in terms of getting us traffic, rather than getting syndicated columns of players and others. So one way of looking at it is produce more original stuff, since people are watching all these matches on the television anyways. So what you do is you stick your neck out, make comments, and also what is happening is the communication department of these franchisees or clubs, a lot of them have really raised their game. Like in this IPL, I have seen a much more cooperative attitude from the franchisees. I mean, not all of them, in terms of feeding us with interviews, audio files, video files, because videos are an integral part for value addition in the on your online websites. So they are doing that. So make use of them, to give, rather than focusing on the match, focus on the characters who have done well, and that is how you carry on with your coverage. I mean, always think about day after what we can give to our readers. Now, what we are doing now, if it's going to set a template for the future, I am not really sure, because I would always want the live coverage to come back. There is nothing like going to the ground, be it the football ground, cricket ground, hockey ground, tennis, and do your duties. I mean, US Open just finished with an empty stadium. You don't really feel good. I mean, because each of these Grand Slams, tennis Grand Slams, bring their crowd, bring a separate flavor in each of these venues, like be it in England, Australia, US, or French in Paris, whichever. So we have to hope for the best. We somehow will let us look at this as a temporary measure, because people like us, we had all come into this profession for the love of it. We could have gone on and do other things in life. We didn't do that. Same with you people. So all we can hope for is the tide will turn, and it is around the corner where we can get back to carrying our notepads into the ground and enjoy the coverage as we have always done. Thank you.